Mic check, mic check, mic
Hello.
check, mic check. Welcome
What's up, people?
to another episode of Controlling Your Mind, the place where we make sure that we make time for our minds. Who I got with me tonight?
It's your girl Nisha Michelet, and I got Charlie here with me acting a fool.
Don't come for Charlie.
Not acting a fool.
He was on his best behavior. Who else we
Listen
got
to me.
with me tonight?
We got Caleb Rashad. Welcome to another episode of Mind Control, you guys.
Another episode.
What we
Come
talking
on,
about
focus.
today?
Today's episode, as you guys know, the holidays are right around the corner,
The
right?
holidays are upon us.
And the holidays can bring out the best, or they can bring out the worst, or if you're bipolar, it can bring out both sides, right? This
Something in
episode, we're
between.
going to be talking about giving thanks and Thanksgiving. And one of the things that I want to start with is just something that I'm thankful for. And there can be a list of things that you're thankful for. But for me, I think, honestly, y'all, I think I'm just grateful for life. Because there's so many different things that I could be complaining about, but yet at the end of the day, not to be overly dramatic, but like I'm still here. So when I really wanted to throw in the towel, I still had enough strength to throw it, right? So for me, I'm grateful to be alive. What about you?
I'm gonna say I'm grateful for Caleb because and the reason I'm gonna say that is because I really started to be able to see how God was working in my life once we started to live together. So it's been one of those experiences that I wasn't expecting. You know, I had just got my apartment to myself at the time. Actually, ever since I got the apartment that I'm at now, it's been kind of a revolving door. that guest room. I've had a lot of visitors throughout the years. I've had it for about 5 years now.
Yeah.
And it's always been, to like extend help to someone or, that kind of thing. But Caleb has just been he's just been a real blessing ever since he's come to stay with me. So
Two
I'm
snaps
really
for
appreciative
Caleb.
of that.
Yeah, we even did it slow and on cue. What you thankful for?
I'm thankful for you too, cousin.
Yes.
But
yes.
what am I thankful for? I am thankful for. Lately, I've been thinking about like how I was brought up and how I was raised.
Okay.
I was very fortunate. More fortunate than a lot of people. So I'm thankful for my parents and how they raised me. I'm thankful for the head that I have a good head on my shoulders. I feel like,
facts,
and I owe that to my parents. So yeah, I'm thankful for my parents.
Two snaps for his parents too.
What did
Yes.
if I could ask you, what did Thanksgiving look like growing up for you? The way you grew up.
Thanksgiving for me,
And
My dad-
don't hide all the good stuff.
I already know some of what he's gonna say because I know your dad is the one who cooks.
yeah,
so.
my dad throw down in the kitchen. Okay, my dad.
Right.
Unfortunately, I did not get those talents passed down to me.
You can't cook?
I mean, I can do a little something,
He's
but
been-
don't
he's
ask me to cook nothing for
learning.
Thanksgiving.
Y'all, he's learning, but he's actually doing.
But you don't want him to
well.
debut on Thanksgiving.
Right,
though.
not on
Yeah, no,
Thanksgiving.
too much pressure.
Like,
Yeah.
too much pressure. I don't want to mess up the mac and cheese.
Because look,
the
Thanksgiving a year
dressing,
ago when we were like, "Who's bringing what?" Caleb was like, "I will bring the rolls."
That was normally
the rolls,
me.
I
That
was
was
dessert. Now I could bake.
really.
I could do some
Yeah, me too.
brownies. I could bust down some cookies. Okay.
Okay.
But my dad, Thanksgiving, he did most of the cooking, and we would go out and visit family. But we wouldn't really stay out long. Like if we either went to go see my dad's side of the family or my mom's side of the family, we wouldn't stay long because I kind of feel like my parents, they were just different. They took me out of a lot of things that they grew up with. They took me out of that. So our lifestyles were just kind of different. So when I would go and visit family, I could feel that.
But that's
And plus,
not a
I'm
bad thing.
It's not a
though.
bad thing, but plus I'm like a preacher's kid too.
But
'cause my
see, that's
parents
what's
were
good.
pastors.
Sometimes you'll see how set apart you really are.
Yeah, so like all the drinking and the smoking that they would
Right.
do, they were like, oh, when we come around, like, oh, you got to stop that. Like that's Uncle Mac's son. Like you can't do that around here.
Oh, wow.
But see, that's old fashioned.
Yeah, it is.
We don't really
It's
have
like how
that
you were talking
anymore.
about with your grandmother. They knew like when you guys were coming around that
Honey.
you guys set a standard.
Yeah.
In our family kitchen, I think that what it looked like for us was when we used to do it when I was a little younger. It was like a Wednesday to Thursday thing. It was
Because you have to prep beforehand.
right?
It's a lot goes
It was
into
a lot
that.
of prepping.
Baby, I don't know nothing about prepping because I was back there.
Yeah, it was a
chilling,
lot of
watching TV
prepping.
while y'all
Right.
cooking.
But
I'm
I
sorry.
also love the fact that with the prepping, it brought the families together because the prepping almost was like an assembly line.
Yeah.
So and then also too, it gave you an opportunity to see who could really cook because when your big mama's in the kitchen, you have to put your A game on.
See, I wish I had that. Then I would
see?
probably know how to cook if I was in the kitchen.
But there's always YouTube.
True.
yeah,
There's always YouTube.
But you want that connection when
You do.
Yeah.
You do. And I also think for us, it looked like one of my aunts has 8 kids. And it was just a lot of us. But now that I'm older, that was just the vibe that we had. It was just all your cousins. And then it went over to Thursday. The only thing I hate about Thanksgiving, I hope my family is watching. Y'all, we be hungry during the morning. We want to have some breakfast. We don't want to have to wait around till 3 o'clock. I know.
Till 3 o'clock, like, okay, if we gonna set a time,
Tell me what your
can
time
we
was.
please
Eat
be ready?
before.
They be like,
Yes.
okay, the food gonna be ready by 12. No, it's not.
It's never going to be
It's
ready in the
never ready
daytime.
on
Right.
time.
Never.
Facts.
Okay.
So I'm sitting there, stomach growling.
Across the
But I'm not
board.
gonna go in
That's
there and
why
help nobody
breakfast,
though.
I think this year, family, if you're watching, could we have some
A
breakfast
Thanksgiving
before?
breakfast?
Yes.
So just
You ain't going to be dirty in my kitchen.
Bacon, eggs, and some
What it look like
toast.
for you?
But that's more to do though.
Yeah, I mean,
already
if you
got all
just do
the
like a
extra
quick, I
stuff
feel like
to
a
do.
quick and easy breakfast, some sausage, eggs, and toast, something you can just.
Child,
Oh, you fancy.
my parents was like, go
Come
eat
on.
that cereal.
We eat
that's
that
up
at
there.
home.
Yes,
every-
the cereal. My big
The
mama like, y'all
cereal.
better go in there and pour your bowl. You
Yeah,
like,
I mean, to be fair,
But
that
what
is there is a lot that goes into that dinner, so I wouldn't feel like cooking nothing else either. But
Right. What did Thanksgiving look like for you?
So when I was a kid, because we were 3 kids in a single parent home, so my mom was doing the majority of the cooking herself. I did start to help as I got older, my sister too. So I would like maybe make the cornbread for the dressing or make a
Jiffy?
Yes, I definitely
Come on,
used Jiffy. Wasn't doing nothing from scratch.
Won't tell nobody.
Or I would make a dessert or, something easy like the mac and cheese. But yeah, we were just a very like tight knit, family, and it was just the 4 of us.
but see,
and-
that's rare in black cultures because y'all know if you really don't know how to cook, you're not supposed to be in that kitchen.
yeah.
You're supposed to get out and sit down somewhere, go watch the kids or go watch the game or do something.
Right. And my mom, Lord help her, she was always trying to like teach me how to cook, but I'm not like a renowned chef by any means.
But you still feed yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You get
Gotta
the job done.
Exactly.
Get the job done.
Now, as I got older, it was like bouncing around, like going to this family member's house, this family member's house. That's what Thanksgiving started to look like for me.
I also think too, when we think about the traditions, a lot of times nowadays, it's like we're overlooking tradition.
Yeah.
And we've gotten away from having family time. And I can honestly say the last few seasons, I isolated myself, not in a bad way. It's just I took my time getting to the family house. I was excited to see everybody, but I think life was lifing for me.
I think the
So it
pandemic
was-
kind of exacerbated
and
that
the
too.
pandemic did that because
Yeah.
we didn't really have a big Thanksgiving during 2020 because you was
Yeah.
dirty. If you had Rona, if you didn't have the things
Not
and the
you was
shots, and
dirty.
it created a very wedge in families. And also too, I'm hoping that this season that we can get back to tradition, no matter what your culture is. I think Thanksgiving is probably one of those family holidays that should bring people together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, create your own tradition.
Create your own. Remember what's the term? Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay,
Friendsgiving is probably one of
Friendsgiving.
my favorites.
So side
going to a
note,
Friendsgiving.
when I was in the military, I did military for like 3. I didn't finish my contract. I did like 3 years or whatever.
Okay.
I had to create our own
that's
traditions
right, 'cause
because
you're
I'm away from
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Right.
And so the friends that I made in the military were my family. So we would do Friendsgiving. And so that was something where me and my chosen family would come
Yeah.
together.
I like how you said that. My
Yeah,
chosen family.
My chosen family
Yeah.
would come together and have Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I don't think nowadays, when you think about it, most of your cousins, some live out of state, some live in state, some don't want to be bothered, some got too many kids, and you like, you didn't make nothing, you didn't bring nothing, but you brought all your kids. But that's just that's a different story. I think what it does, it brings a collaboration of food. And that's one thing I've always loved about Friendsgiving is the diversity that comes along with the food, because it could be brown culture, black culture, Indian culture. It doesn't matter the culture. Yeah. It's just the fact that all of these entities came together to break bread together.
Right.
And I think that's the beauty of Thanksgiving for me, is the epitome of people breaking bread together. And I think we've gotten away from traditional settings of sitting at the dinner table. Do you sit at your dinner table?
No, not.
It's just me, so it'd be strange if I'm like party of one. I mean, you know what I'm
sometimes
saying?
like I want to watch TV and I just eat in my room and watch TV.
But see, that's also
Sometimes
where
we
have
sit at the table
Well, sometimes
together.
we sit at the table together.
But we don't really do that now in our newfound culture. It's like everybody, some people sitting in the living room, or some people sitting outside and eating, or some people really don't really want to be bothered. So my grandma used to be smooth for baby. Go in there, pack me up a plate and put some foil around and bring me a plate on your way home.
Put some foil.
That's how my grandma would say foil. She said, put some foil around it and pack me up a plate, Minnie. I also think, too, one of the things that I love about Thanksgiving is the foods that you can get. You can make this stuff year round, but it really tastes better when your mac and cheese, and I'm vegan, y'all. Shout out to the vegans.
Come on,
two snaps for the
mac and
vegans.
cheese.
Yes. I know my family's like, don't come out here with that stuff this year. When the mac and cheese and the yams just kind of go on a date. And they just kind of
infuse.
You see that infusion. And you eat it together.
Come on now.
That's it. You can have that on any Sunday.
What are you singing? Oh, she's singing that yams.
You know what? I really thought she was over here singing "Oh Negro Spirituals." I was like, what the heck? I also think too, one of the things that I love about the favorite foods is that
so that's your favorite food,
that's their favorite food
together.
Ooh.
And then don't let it be an auntie that really love you, and she really gonna make sure she put her whole foot in the kitchen sink into the mac and cheese, because you know why? She don't want the other sister to outdo her. Shout out to my aunties who make the mac and cheese the best. But
what's your favorite food, Caleb?
My favorite food, Thanksgiving food.
Don't say string beans.
No, it's not string beans. It's not string beans.
Those are just
I would
disgusting.
say the dressing with the turkey in it, and you gotta have the cranberry sauce.
Of course.
So like a lot or a little bit
of cranberry sauce. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know.
Okay.
I just like cranberry sauce.
Mm-hmm. So you like the dressing.
Sauce, I like the dressing, but it gotta have the turkey in it. Like it gotta be made right.
Like that? Do it again. Let me see.
The turkey in it.
I used to not like dressing. I didn't used to like dressing,
it's
but now I
dressing.
do. I do love dressing now.
Time out.
Exactly.
Time out. No.
Exactly. Stuffing is not dressing.
No.
Stuffing, dressing.
Now,
tomato.
Those of you who are watching us from various parts of the world, your Thanksgiving is your Thanksgiving.
That's what you do.
But I just want to put it out there. What would you say? A PSA that dressing and stuffing are two totally different things.
Separate entities, babe.
But
news to me.
You do whatever it is that you need to do to make a meal.
I mean, what's the difference?
It tastes different. That's one.
Even the whole production crew looked at you like, what? Even Charlie like, wait, what?
I mean, stuffing is cool, but I just
for other two different
dressing.
names, stuffing and dressing. It's two different things.
I don't know how to make either or, so that's why I can't tell you the difference. I don't know.
But you know they taste different though.
I have to have cranberry sauce in every bite of it.
Yeah, me too. So I guess I would like a lot of cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
There are some people who eat their dressing with gravy.
Gravy? No, I'm
not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that.
But see, that's country Bama. That's old fashioned.
I'm from Louisiana.
And
I know about all that.
It depends on who's cooking it.
Right.
Facts.
So who's in the kitchen?
And who's in the kitchen?
Well, we all know it's not me.
I want to give a shout out to the aunties and the big mamas with the arms.
Auntie.
Yeah, the big
Honey, they get that arm whipping, baby.
Big armed auntie.
Your big arm auntie. Them greens gonna be good. The other thing is too, one thing I love about Thanksgiving is you can have a need to want to go and watch your family go and cook. So that way you can kind of learn
a little
but
bit.
you also have those one family members who like, I don't want nobody knowing what I put in my mac and cheese.
Oh, secrets.
So
They don't want the.
I love it because it creates an underlying like competition within the family. And see, I'm a food connoisseur. So I would eat everybody's food because everybody in my family can cook. So then I'd be like, well, Auntie so-and-so make this better. Oh, no, she did not. Just so I can get some more.
Yeah.
Just so I can also just start some riots in my family so we can have more food. The other thing that I love about it is I love the fact that when people are honest about they don't know how to cook. I don't like when families be like, well, today is your day to learn. Do not sign up cousin Susie, who you know doesn't cook on a regular basis, to come and do a trial run.
No, because that's not
I'm
right.
asking who made the potato salad.
That's not right.
Wow.
That's not right. They already know it's too much pressure, and especially in black families.
families,
like,
yeah.
If it
it's
ain't
way
right,
too much
if it
pressure.
ain't-
They gonna come for you.
Yup. If it ain't right, they're gonna come for you.
And they always like, don't be. Mac and cheese is my favorite Thanksgiving dish, and you already know how people be like, don't be trying nothing new, don't be trying nothing different,
Don't be adding no cream or nothing. Make sure you do just
don't be
the
trying
basics.
nothing different. Just stick to the recipe.
And that's really dope that you're saying that the one auntie, because trying to be in a kitchen to appease your family during the holidays can create anxiety.
It can. I know people who have anxiety. Like, I ain't cooking nothing.
Right. It could really heighten anxiety. But one of the things that I do want to point out is that we're talking about this is that mental health during the holiday times is real.
Yeah.
And this is not a shift. This is not just because I'm a therapist. This is just really real of us having an awareness that this holiday season may bring out some good in you, or it might bring out some bad, or it might bring out a mixture of everything. And you want to be thankful, right? You're thankful for your family. You're thankful for all of these, but there are some triggers in our lineage and in our family that heighten us.
And it could be a number of different things. It could be a time that's lonely for certain people. Maybe if they don't have a lot of family. Maybe if you lost family during the holidays. There could just be a number of reasons why the holidays can just be a hard time.
Or let's just talk about the real. It could be family drama.
Family drama. You
Yeah,
already
y'all
know
just
it
don't wanna
goes
be in the
down
same
during the
room. You may not-
holidays.
Yes.
During the holidays, that family drama, that's
Child.
when.
But
It's a real
it's
key.
during the holidays, I believe, that you can see the real part of your family. You could really see the real. And then the thing about it is, I've always done with my staff is that food heals.
It does.
And I believe if we do it the right way and we serve it the right way, I don't want Kayla not to come to my house and not be authentic. I want her to be her authentic self. I want her to bring her partner. I want people to be themselves, but there is a lot of pressure that can heighten anxiety just because family said, well, who was that Nita's dating now? Well, who was
Or-
that Caleb
Yeah.
is with?
Where's your girlfriend?
Where's your girl?
Well, where's my grandbaby at? When are you
And you
gonna
hold up
get
Charlie.
married? Right.
Right. That's the baby right there. That's the
Exhibit
baby.
A.
Exhibit
My
A.
grandmother used to call my dogs her grand dogs. And talk about, Minnie, I know you ain't busting nothing out of there no time soon. And I was like, the fact that you say busting out, Biggs, that shout out to my grandmother. I don't want to bust nothing in, let alone bust nothing out.
Child.
I
Right.
also think about the people who don't really know family etiquette
Right.
because they may not have grown up in family settings that
And
we've
if you
had.
think about it, that's one of the times and throughout the entire year that you get that all the family is together like that. And I know for some people that can be a lot, like, you know, that overstimulating or like you said, a lot of
Yeah, 'cause
pressure.
I had a friend who actually this happened at a Friendsgiving, and he got like emotional at the table.
Wow.
Because he had never like had like a friend's like family gathering,
Like a family-
and like sat together
Oh.
and ate together. Like he never had that.
Wow.
And he
That's
got like
what I'm
emotional at the
talking
table.
about.
So I was like, oh wow, and that's why I said I'm grateful for how I grew up, because to me that's normal.
yeah.
To me that's normal. Everybody
Yeah.
just sit at the table and eat.
But when you think about it, what's normal to us may not be normal to someone else.
Right.
And then if you incorporate trauma, what if the family setting was very harsh?
Yeah.
What if it re-triggered childhood flashbacks of being scolded at the family table or being ridiculed or being, juxtaposed because you are a certain way and your family is this way? Or the family setting is where you see the real versus the fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just feel that, y'all remember Soul Food?
Of course.
Yes.
Y'all remember Cousin Faye? Remember when Cousin Faye came? What she
Family
somebody
drama.
rocking, knocking the boots.
Oh my.
But
Y'all remember Vanessa Williams with the kitchen knife?
the kitchen knife,
the
I knew
kitchen
that was it.
knife.
I also think too, these are the parts of the families why family having dinner and breaking bread throughout the year is so much more vital than waiting once a year. Because you get an opportunity to unveil, you get an opportunity to break bread with people and get to know people.
And I love that you brought up that movie too. That's a
That's a good
perfect
movie.
example
Yeah.
of that. Like the just how it all plays out, even past the holidays, like how it all just kind of plays out throughout the entire year, and
Right.
the importance of keeping up those traditions and that kind of
When
thing.
we think about traditions too, I want us to pay attention to being authentic and advocating for yourself. If you guys are listening to us and you're out there and you know that Thanksgiving is going to bring some anxiety because they're going to ask you where you're working at, who you with, who you sleeping with, where
you
you
bringing
live,
home.
who
Yeah.
you bringing home, who's staying over.
Right.
I
Nobody,
want
girl.
us to have this confidence, not arrogance, but this confidence of I am who I am.
And I would even encourage maybe if some of the old heads to like try and be a little
Seasoned
open-minded.
saints.
Seasoned saints. I'm
Seasoned
sorry.
saints.
To be a little bit more open-minded, because I feel like the older generation, the seasoned saints, they will want the younger generation to come around a little bit more, but it's like you have to accept them as what does the Bible say? It says come as you are. So accept people like where they
Ain't
are.
that crazy how the Bible could say it, but the family like, I don't care.
Yeah, right. Can be super judgmental,
Yeah.
and want you to fit it. Like, I need you to make yourself digestible. Like, I want you to come around, but I also want you to make yourself digestible for a way that I understand you.
That's
Child,
insane.
I know that way too well. Way too well.
Yeah, so I would just encourage you seasoned saints out there to just try and be a little bit more open
Who you
minded
calling
and
seasoned?
accept your people, your younger family
Right.
members as they are, and try to just open your mind up to a different perspective.
Yeah.
And also open your mind up to having some vegan options for Thanksgiving. Okay?
I
You already
I'm not
know
gonna
how the
lie.
black
I'm
people
down.
are.
I'm down to
I'm
try
down.
some
I
vegan mac
appreciate
and
that.
cheese.
Y'all
I'm
because
down.
I show up to the family event.
I would
y'all
love-
know
I would
here
love
go
to
Nita
see-
with that salad. I
Look,
eat
she
more
can't
than
eat
just
nothing.
salad.
I would love to experience Thanksgiving at Tabitha Brown's house.
Ooh.
Shout out to Auntie Tab for the
Shout
She
out
second
to
got
time.
some good old recipes.
Yes, she does. One of the things I also want us to look at, make sure when you are breaking bread, make sure what's in your soul and in your spirit is you want to be a part of the dinner.
Yeah.
You want to be a part of the family atmosphere. So if you're listening to us today and you're deciding, this year I want to sit this year out. I want to kind of do my own thing. 2 snaps for doing your own thing.
Yeah.
There's no law to say that you have to go to family dinner. Now, don't tell your big mama and don't show her this video. Who was that little boy talking about you ain't got to come home for Thanksgiving? I'm saying is having enough courage to be authentically yourself and knowing that your healing journey sometimes can make you very emotionally sensitive. And sometimes it can heighten emotions that you're not ready for, and you may come off in a very aggressive way because you're not ready for that, or you didn't prep yourself for the auntie to question you,
Yeah.
or the family member to ask you, where's your girlfriend at, right?
Yeah.
Have
It's
you
just
not
about
seen my
knowing where you
Instagram,
are
babe? Knowing your
mentally.
boundaries.
Yeah, having that level of self-awareness. Like, maybe it's the year I'm sitting this one out. Or like,
And
for
there's
me,
nothing wrong with
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that at
There's
all.
nothing wrong
Me
with
and
that.
Me and Caleb, this is the year where we're having a chosen family Thanksgiving
What does
this
that mean?
year. Well, that means, our family is breaking off and doing their own thing this year. So we had to
Got it.
pivot, and we're like, okay, well, we'll do something different this year. So we're having a chosen family Thanksgiving, and it's going to be great. We're going to have a great
We're
time.
creating our own traditions.
And I think that's what new generations are
Yeah.
for. And I think when you decide to do something outside of the family tradition or the family norm, it's gonna rock a little boat a little bit.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Just because
Somebody not
it's-
gonna like it.
Somebody ain't gonna like it. Who do Caleb think he
But hey.
is? You know what? But at the same time,
You gotta work with what you
the
got.
seasoned saints would
Exactly.
have no other option but to respect Fact.
Yeah.
And if they don't take this moment to try to, let me tell my family or go on social media. I ain't pulling up. I would just say move gracefully. If you know that you're going to take this season off, if you know that you're going to look at this and say, we're going to create our own experiences. I don't think that's anything to downplay. I don't think that's anything not to give yourself credit for or to be embarrassed about. One Thanksgiving, the family took so long to eat. I hit a corner real quick. Went got me something to eat and came back, and they was all talking. Nah, hello,
we gotta go
Jesus.
on a little cousin walk. We'll be
hello, no.
within the next 15 or 30 minutes. We'll be
Okay.
right around the corner.
I do want y'all to be aware of the cousin walk.
Come on now.
We know what the cousin walk.
Okay.
The cousin walk
If
is.
somebody
Y'all know what the
nodded
cousin
you,
walk is.
and you nod back.
You get that look.
Going up a yonder.
Come on.
I also want us to think about it. I want you guys, if you're listening to us, take photos this year. So many times we get so moved in just social media, which is great. But remember the old fashioned family photos when your big mama and your granddaddy was in the front, and then it was just all the generations. If y'all could just take some family photos, I think that will be amazing, because even though we're going to do our own thing, hypothetically, it doesn't mean you can't remember the moment.
Exactly.
So
photos aren't
photos are important.
They are, and they're not, and they're even more important when you don't have them. So it's
Oh wow!
So to close out the episode, you guys,
what are the takeaways, y'all?
what are your takeaways, Coach?
One of my takeaways is, in all things, give thanks.
In all things.
In all things.
In
so
all things,
if I'm gonna
give
roll
thanks.
solo or if I'm gonna roll with family, I just want to be grateful this holiday season. I just want to be grateful, but I'm grateful for y'all.
Oh,
Because this is a vision that was in my head a long time ago, but to see it come to light, it's like, this is Thanksgiving. This is what you call breaking bread. So no matter what you eat this holiday season, no matter where you go, I still want you to be gracefully happy. What about you?
I'm going to say my takeaway is just, gratitude always.
Yeah.
Probably a piggyback off of yours. But gratitude always. I've been in a space of just being just so grateful for all of it. The ups, the downs, because they got me to this point.
Right.
And I'm just grateful. So gratitude always in all things. The
all
ups,
things.
the downs, and the in-betweens. Gratitude always.
2 snaps for grateful. Yes. What about you, kid?
My takeaway is to be grateful for the things that I do have and not focus on what I don't have.
Which is hard sometimes.
It is hard
It's
sometimes.
hard,
We do
but
look at the glass
you
half
gotta
empty
make
sometimes.
Right.
do with what you got.
Say that
You
again.
gotta make do with what you got.
Period.
You got to make do with what you got.
Yeah.
I want some of our viewers, some of your takeaways. Write in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Write in the
write
comments.
what you're thankful
Let
for
us
in the
know. Tell us
comments.
what you're
Grateful
thankful
for.
for. What are your takeaways from this episode? Please
If
engage
you're grateful
with us.
for this podcast, you may have just stumbled across this by default, but baby, nothing happens by accident. Again, we're focusing on the holiday seasons and giving thanks, and all things give thanks. And if that's not where you are right now, take ownership, and that's okay. If that's not where you are, you're not ready to break bread with family, baby, that's cool. Handle your business. Don't let your business handle you. I am your captain. To this evening left of me, I got.
Nisha Mischleit.
Over here, I got.
Caleb Rashad, we over here standing on business. Let's
Standing
go.
on business.
Wow.
Come on, we over here standing on business.
You went there. Y'all, we out.